project award or obtain contracts from the DPWH. The subject of this joint referral is the 1,300 infrastructure projects awarded from 2016 to 2024 to contractors that are related to House of Representatives members, period. They are, number one, former Representative Elizalde Esco for ES Co-Builder Supply. Number two, Representative Edwin Gardiola for New Wington Builders Incorporated, Laurel Development Corporation, and S. Ang General Construction and Trading Incorporated. Number three, Representative James Ang Jr. for IBC International Builders Corporation and Allencon Development Corporation. Number four, Representative Journey Jet Nisay for JBN Construction and Trading. Number five, Representative Augustina Pancho for CM Pancho Construction Incorporated. Number six, Representative Joseph Lara for JLL Pulsar Construction Corporation. Number seven, Representative Francisco Matugas for Bumetrix Development Corporation. And lastly, number eight, Representative Noel Rivera for Tarlac 3G Construction and Development Corporation. Members of Congress are barred from having a financial interest, directly or indirectly, in any government contract, franchise, or special privilege during their term of office. Article 6, Section 14 of the 1987 Constitution outlines prohibitions for members of Congress regarding financial interests. It states that no member can be financially interested in government contracts, franchises, or special privileges during their term. They're also prohibited from intervening in government matters for their own personal gain or where their office could influence the outcome. Additionally, there are other laws against conflict of interest. These officials appear to have violated the Code of Conduct for Government Officials and the anti-graft and graft practices, among others. All this information is being referred for further investigation. This congressman should not be engaging in private business activities that conflict with their official duties. They should not influence bids and awards. Members of Congress must not sway procurement processes, nor should they participate in or benefit from government contracts. Dapat mahinto na itong kultura nagpapakontrata sa Kongreso. This practice should have ended decades ago. The longer we allow it to exist, the more it corrodes public trust. Let us tear down this abusive system one by one with every filing. Public office is a privilege. It should be used for personal gain, for self-dealing. Filing these recommendations allow us to begin again and put the country first. Expect more names to come out in the following weeks. Thank you po. One question.
Sir, bakit po hindi po kasama yung plunder sa mga case na pinel? Bakit yun lang po yung mga case na pinel?
Hindi, we mentioned among others.
Among others. So,
yes, sir.
There's a possibility na baka makasuhan ni sir ng plunder. There's a possibility.
That's legal, I cannot comment. But among others.
Sir, ano po yung mga naging basis po nung mga recommendation to file charges against them? Ito po, kasama din po ba yung kay Congressman Leviste, yung sila yung sa
No comment. That's under advisement right now.
The Leviste part.
The levies report is under budget.
No, I mean, we cannot discuss what we're filed and what we're investigating. We cannot disclose anything here.
Justice, can you just walk us through, for transparency's sake, yung processor na how we came out with the charges and why these individuals were recommended charged? Just maybe the procedure.
Well, we look at the records, we look at the contracts. That's all I can say. Because this is, again, investigative work. I cannot divulge how we arrive at these conclusions. But, of course, be assured, we are fair and we will never manufacture any evidence or come to a wrong conclusion.
Sir, sundin ko na. Kasi sir, si Congressman Tino today wrote a letter, gave a letter to the ICI asking the ICI to investigate President Marcos. Your comment?
Well, we have not read that. Only arrived this afternoon. I'll give a comment after we have read that.
But,
No comment as of now.
Pero sir, yung kung intention na yun, that the President should be investigated.
No comment as for that now. I have to also consult the other members of the commission before I give a unilateral discussion.
Yes po. Sir, yung mga names po na itong mga congressman na to, napatunayan niyo ba or may nakita pa kayo if they already divested? Kasi baka sabihin nila, we've already divested to the company na minention na po. Ano po yung masabi?
Again, we cannot divulge how we arrive at this. No. But this is a long process. It will go through the ombudsman. And they could go on a case build-up.
Sir, masasabi niyo bang matibay yung connection na nakita niyo doon sa mga congressman tsaka doon sa mga contractors na nabanggit niyo sa kasama ng name nila?
As I said, there could be a case build-up.
Sir, you've mentioned more names will be named po. Mga ilang pangalan po po yung tinitingnan natin ng mga contractors. And also, sinito na lang, sir, is there an update doon sa mga senators na posibleng makasuhan or ma-recommend for filing?
Well, when I said more names, it could be contractor, it could be senator, it could be congressman. Basta there will be more names coming up.
Doon there sa mga senators, sir, kasi you've already mentioned before na 3 pero nagkaroon ng affidavit si Yusek Bernardo implicating more senators. May update po ba tayo regarding that?
As I said, more names will be coming out.
Justice, papacomment lang po kasi si Congresswoman Laila De Lima said na dapat daw po rare cases lamang yung mga executive sessions sa hearings natin. And also Congresswoman Rene Co also echoed the same sentiment. Ano pong comment natin?
Well, that is the province of our Secretary Director. They can answer that.
Tuloy-tuloy po yung allegations si Saldico against President Marcos and yesterday implicated Sandro Marcos, Representative Sandro. Will you investigate the Marcos as the president in this one?
We will go into everything. But again, no comment on news articles. Thank you.
Well, with regard to live streaming, no, meron na talagang guidelines na naaprubahan ng Commission. And based on the guidelines of the Commission, the general rule naman talaga is live streaming. That's the default and that's what I explained to everyone already weeks ago. However, we have to follow the law also in other issuances of the courts, particularly the Supreme Court, wherein there are executive sessions that may be allowed if there is legal and factual basis. In this particular case, the resource persons opted and asked for an executive session, which was granted by the court or by the ICI. They cited sensitive and private information that might be divulged during their testimonies, and the Commission saw it fit to allow an executive session. Thank you.
Sir, follow-up lang, sorry. Given na tapos na po yung hearing with the lawmakers yesterday, parang were we able to determine nga ba na their entire testimony, everything they said should be under yun, parang hindi naman buong session nila is in secret?
Well, with the permission of the chair, no? Initially naman, before pumunta sila dito, they were advised of the rules of the Commission. and to make sure. And before that, they already manifested that they want to go into executive session. But nevertheless, the chairman again asked them, and they said yes, they want executive session for the entire testimony.
Sir,
Thank
will you
you.
just be enlightened po on how we define sensitive information? Like, how sensitive are this information? Mas sensitive po ba ito dun sa mga sinabi sa Senate na naging basehan ng mga kaso and case recommendations?
Well, of course, they manifested that they had fears with regard to how it will be affecting their families. At the same time, there might be some people that they may be mentioning. These are all in the guidelines. So, hindi naman magagrant ng commission yun kung it is not in accordance with the guidelines. So, when the executive session was granted, nakalista doon sa aming guidelines kung ano mga nandito, no? And the commission saw it fit that indeed that it should be in the executive session. Ang isa pang nakalagay doon is if the information, if divulged to the public, would affect the investigation of the commission. May mga information na maaring dapat talagang nasa executive or in confidence so that the investigation will proceed without any hitches, with any problems. Kasi ang gusto ng commission is makakuha ng maraming ebidensya, maraming information for us to be able to arrive at the truth. Now, kung mafo-frustrate yung investigation, then that is a ground for the commission to grant the executive session. And that is clear in our guidelines. I encourage everyone here to read our guidelines because those guidelines are based on law, based on jurisprudence, and even the pronouncements of the Supreme Court. Thank you.
Justice, do you see any value dun sa testimony ni Saldico? As yung inform niya ngayon, as Spice, do you see any value? Meaning, it's valuable so that parang gusto niya rin tingnan?
Last na to.
Last question.
Yes.
I think we should come here to the Philippines. Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
wow, thank you. Sir, can you show us the live?
Hindi live. Live sila, hindi live. Hindi, tinatanong ko yung kinakasabi kung si Journey. Si Journey.
Sa Davao.
So, ready ka na?
Yung dami sinabi niya yan,